Hey, what's up guys, it's Phoenix from Rise Again Vintage here, back with another collection video. And on this week's episode, we head over to Iowa City to go take a look at the homie Peter's collection. Of course we talk vintage, but most of all, I want to show you guys his vintage t-shirt collection. I mean, he's got everywhere from promo tees to band tees. I mean, everything's just so crazy, but most of all, his rap tee collection. It's something that he's very proud of, and I can't wait to show you guys, so let's get into it. Hey, what's up guys, Phoenix from Rise Again Vintage here, back with another video. Another collection video. It's been a little bit since we did a collection video, but the wait was worth it, I promise guys. We got the homie Peter here from Vice, Iowa City. Say what's up to the people.
Guys? How's it going?
So he's going to show us his collection today. I mean, we got a lot of bangers in there, really great t-shirts. They kind of span from different, genres and everything like that and everything.
There's a little bit of everything in there.
For sure. But kind of starting into like your collection, when did you start collecting?
Started collecting probably in 2015 is when I started going thrifting. I saw a post on Instagram, go figure, Sean Weatherspoon posted something on Instagram, what he found at Goodwill. And I was just kind of like, I'm going to go see what I can find over there. And just browsing through t-shirts, and that just kind of got me hooked off of, after I bought one and sold it for like $50, I was like, yeah, I kind of want to do this.
That's nice, man.
Yeah.
For sure. And were you collecting, so was it more about the flip at first, or was it going more into finding stuff for yourself? Because I know stories, versus sometimes for me personally, I was doing personal, and then I went to oh, I can make money off this and kind of doing that.
Yeah, it started more as a business. Before starting Vice and doing all of this stuff, I was just khakis and blue jeans and a flannel shirt and a white t-shirt underneath it. I was not much into the t-shirt game. But yeah, after you starting it as a business and just flipping stuff, it really grew on me quick, because you find a couple things that you're like, oh, I remember this from when I was 8 or 9, 10 years old or whatever, and that's kind of how it's just you start to like that stuff again.
For sure.
But yeah, the first section we have a movie T-shirt. This movie's called Spinal Tap. I'm not sure if you've seen this movie before.
No, I don't think I have.
No, it's a movie about a UK British rock band, and it's just kind of a parody movie about rock tours and shit like that. There's a famous quote from it. It's I think it says this one goes to 11, and it's they're comparing amplifiers. The guys in the band Spinal Tap have an amplifier that goes to 11, and they this guy that sells music equipment is trying to explain to him yo, we got these new amps that come out, and they're super loud, they're the loudest ever. And he's like, but yours only says 10, mine says 11, and it's this one goes to 11.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's that one.
That's sick.
Second one is Lurch, Addams Family.
Nice.
I got this one from Mikey Rocks, I think is his Instagram name, but yeah, shout out our boy Mikey. What is it, 91? Yeah, I had to get this one. My brother's super tall, and we always called him Lurch, so
that's crazy, because a lot of times with especially the Addams Family, they just came out with a new movie, you know what I mean, an animation or something like that.
Oh yeah, I did see that.
Yeah, it's crazy. Some things like that stand kind of the test of time. They keep on doing different things with it. That's especially October. You know what I mean? That's for sure.
Season.
Yeah, spooky season.
Next one, New Jack City movie tee. Got this in a trade from I'm freaking blanking on his name. Vintage Omaha Rag House.
Okay.
Yeah, Brad
sure.
traded him a Led Zeppelin tee for this one. This one's pretty dope.
Oh, definitely worth it.
Yeah. Next one is Pulp Fiction. We got this from our boy Trevor in South Dakota, I think is where he lives. I'm blanking on his Instagram name, but shout out Trevor for this one. Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Pulp Fiction's such a classic film,
and the fade on it.
Oh yeah, I love that cracking right there.
Yeah, some people want to they want the perfect graphic, and
yeah. How do you feel about that? I know it's interesting to hear kind of people's opinions on that kind of stuff. Are you a fan of the fade and the cracking, or are you more I like new kind of
I would say the fade and the cracking.
Yeah.
And also personally personally the fade and the cracking, and then going to sell it I would rather have a faded and cracked shirt, just because it adds character. You're not gonna every shirt's got a different fade to it, I feel like. Next one's the Halloween. I don't know if this is a movie promo or not, but probably put it in there. It was the 20 Years of Terror.
Could have been the one that they came out with Busta Rhymes and stuff, H2O.
Oh yeah, that was fun. I think I have that one on the other rack. It says H2O on it, H2. Yeah, I found this on eBay for a steal, and I couldn't pass it up. Tony's got this same one, and He got kind of upset when I got it, but I was like,
but it's so sick, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Michael Myers, and especially, again, October spooky season, you know, with kind of t-shirts like that, and you mentioned eBay, are you, like, always at night? Because I know I am, like,
Yes.
sifted through eBay,
Yeah.
you know, looking
If
for...
I could set a thing where I can't shop from, like, midnight to 1 or 1:30, like, that would be... Yeah,
but it's
that would
like,
help
that's
my
when...
pockets.
Yeah, dude, it's always the best time, and, like, you go, you know, check the newly listed, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, it really is. Like, I don't know what's up with, like, the daytime algorithm, but
Right.
the nighttime works better when you're shopping on
sure.
eBay. Next two, I guess we can do two of these guys. These are both Cypher Hill. After my girlfriend got me a, what was it, like the rap tee book for my birthday, and like just flipping through that, after I got that, there was like probably a straight month of just like, all right, I want this one, this one, this one, this one, and I was kind of like on a hunt for the gem tags. But these are pretty dope. I went and saw these guys in concert in, what was it, 2010, I think, at Red Rocks. So that was pretty fun.
That's great. I love the... See, like, I'm a big fan of graphics, but, like, just with the group on there, too, like, that's just... You know,
Yeah, on the front one right here. It says something for the blunted on the back.
Yeah, sick.
Big fan of that one. Next up, Iron Maiden. These guys, probably my favorite rock band. It was the first concert I went and saw. I think I was a sophomore in high school. Went and saw them in Chicago. But, yeah, this one's a dope one.
Now, like, when collecting, especially, like, music tees, do you only collect, like, the tees of people you listen to, or is it more, like, you see a graphic of a dope, like, musician and things like that?
I mean, it's all over the place. Like, I'll buy t-shirts just off of, like, the price if I know that it's a cheap price. And it's, like, there's a couple of them up here that I bought just because it was a steal. Like, I'm not a fan of it. I don't listen to it. I don't know
like,
about
shit,
it. But it's like,
I gotta go.
Yeah, I know I can get that, and, you know, it'll add to the collection, and also you can flip it and make some money. Another Iron Maiden. This one we just got. I think it's Be Quick or Be Dead from '92. Yeah, '92.
That's awesome.
Got a nice fade on there, super soft. That one was dope. This one I got from Demetrius in a trade. He found this one on Depop for I think like $40, something like that.
Sometimes Depop can have steals for sure.
Yeah, this was a come up on that one.
That's crazy.
I think I found like the black and white version of this one. I think it was listed at like $220 or $250, something like that. And it's a it's got the G on there. It's like a stamped Rockwear. I think it was like a European type of bootleg or something like that. But
you never see like I've always been curious, and I was just talking with like Tony about that too. Is like, you know, like stuff in America with vintage and like you know things they made and everything like that. I've always been curious like on the European side or like UK and everything like that.
Oh yeah, like what the different graphics are, if they
like,
do like different stuff.
Exactly, especially like parking lot or bootleg tees, things like that. Like that's crazy.
That's a cool one. Another Iron Maiden. Got this from Johnny Tie-Dye down in St. Louis. Shout out Johnny for that one. Thank you. X Factor. Ozzy. This was another eBay steal. I think it was like $47 or something like that. And I mean, without the paint, they're at like $200, but shit.
But
like
the paint,
the paint adds
so
to
much
it.
character to it, like
just a little like bleach on the sides and stuff. And
looks like hopefully like whoever you bought it from, like that's their original, like they fucking painted the house.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
the
Like,
house on it, or it almost
crazy.
looks like bird shit too,
Right.
which is kind of funny. He's got the bird in his hand. These two guys, just like the
like
bootlegs,
boots,
bootleg designers. Always good to have in the collection.
For sure. What do you think about the kind of craze of like bootleg and then like especially Gucci bootlegs? Like I feel like over the past couple of years, I mean it's always been big, but I feel like it's risen like a lot in the prices.
Yeah, it's and it's crazy too to see the bigger companies take. Yeah. Like Dapper Dan finally got his deal with Gucci after like 30 some years. It's crazy to see the like big companies actually like look to the smaller like bootleggers to
even their like whole season, like their season a couple years ago like was all based off of like a lot of
it was all this like interlocking G and these and
which is crazy. I'd rather have the bootleg
fanny packs, shoes.
It
was
so
nuts.
weird.
Let's see. Now we're on to the Harley stuff. This one we got from Chris. Vintage Cream.
Creamy.
Creamy Vintage is what we're calling it at the store, just as a joke. But yeah, this was a
the Lone Wolf. Yeah, that's it.
He tried. He wanted to keep this one, but I don't think he got it like to stretch enough for him or something like that. But yeah, stretching T-shirts are, if you know how to do it, it's a huge thing.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you about that because I know we've talked about it before and everything. Like, if you get a t-shirt that doesn't fit quite right, like what are some like techniques like for stretching t-shirts?
Stretching it, the way I usually do it is I'll put it in hair conditioner and fabric softener for about like 15 minutes and then just let it sit in there. I'll usually grab it and like pull the shirt out of the water and let it hang so that like, you know, it's the water will pull down the shirt. But then after that, like I'll just take on it and you gotta just start yanking on it. Which it kind of is scary because holes will come up like you see. Another good way too is to like lay it on the floor and then like, you know, pull on it like this so it's like that. Or you can put the shirt on and like take a shower with it, but then you gotta take a shower with the shirt on.
I was gonna say that's
kind of weird. Another Harley tee. This one we got. I can't remember who I got this one from. I think I got this one from Space actually in Des Moines, and he got it from. I think he got this from Austin when you guys did the pop-up
for sure.
at.
Over in East Village and shit. Yeah.
It's from Colorado, Pikes Peak on the back.
Yeah, that's sick. With Harley, like obviously, like I don't ride motorcycles stuff like that.
Yeah, I
like,
don't either.
Their graphics are like.
Graphics are always the coolest, and that's literally the only reason why I grabbed that one and this one.
Wow.
I got this one from Johnny again. I thought it was a test print shirt, just because of like all the different like shit on it and this stuff right here with the Daytona. And they got, I think it's a Fort Myers, Florida.
That's crazy.
Harley shirt is where the bike shop's at.
I get what you mean about the test print because it just looks like they kind of just like were
trying it's weird stuff. Yeah. And then I also didn't know, like, I figured out after I posted it on Instagram. I had thought like, you know, West Coast Harley Davidson, Florida's on the East Coast, but like I guess you call the West Coast of Florida still the West Coast. I thought it was the Gulf Coast.
But. I mean, Florida's big enough. I mean, I guess
learn something new every day. Right. This one, I guess motorcycle Pam, barbed wire. She had a show for I think it was, I want to say just at one season. It was like she was a stripper that like fought crime, and it was just like a show to get Pam into something sexy and like
They're like, oh shit! If she's a stripper and she fights crime, people are gonna
people are gonna watch it. It's gonna take. It was like probably would have been a hit today on like Spike TV. Before Spike TV. This guy Tony picked me this one up at Boneyard. I actually had a double of this one and sold it. Sold the other one because this one had like a better fade on it, and you know cracking was a lot better. Yeah, this was a good game growing up playing GoldenEye on N64.
Sure. Which I just heard actually that they're gonna remaster GoldenEye. I saw this article about it, and I'm like, dude,
really?
Yeah, like there's some companies like really trying to like make it into like today's like it's gonna be the same game but like 1080 quality and everything. Like
that's crazy. I hope they don't like do what they did with the Nintendo, what they did with like the PlayStation, and like make it a mini with like preloaded games on it. That was
like I have those, but like I have it for more like travel reasons and stuff like that. And then like I just got the Sega and like I don't even play it really, but like I just have it. But like it's interesting because like they're like it's basically just like an emulator, like in like tech terms and everything. But like it's
isn't it super like it's really
dude?
small.
It's like this. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, I should have just done it with the original thing.
Right.
These next two are some t-shirts that I pulled out of bales while I was like doing bales out at the Omaha place.
Oh, okay.
This one was the last one, and I was about to buy an Offspring t-shirt, and I was super fucking pumped about this one. I saw the anvil just like sticking out. And I was like, "Oh, what is this?" and yanked that out of there. But
and the long sleeve too. You don't really. see
I've only seen one long sleeve, and it was the one that had the blue dude on it, blue like little gremlin looking guy, and said the Offspring down the sleeve, but. Yeah, this one I'll probably hang on to for a minute. I don't think I'm going to sell this one.
That's sick.
And then this one too, we found in that same bale. It was like a music tea bale, man. They had a bunch of music shirts in there. Blink-182 World Tour, I think it was from. Yeah, this is the 2001.
I'm still looking for a Blink tee.
Oh, this one will be for sale for sure. Right. This was the one that I was telling you about that came from like the mailer that you had to like send in on. And it was almost like a rip of like hookups.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. It kind of looks like hookups.
Hookups and almost even like Birdhouse too.
Yeah.
But yeah, this one was pretty tight. I think I got this one on Instagram from I think it was IG Vintage is his name or something like that. Yeah, that was pretty dope. This one, Metallica. Bought this one solely off the graphic. I just think it's a dope shirt. Got it from here. Got it from Vice.
That's it.
It's pretty cool. I think this one's from.
What's it say on there? My body.
My body lie, but still I roam. I think.
Sick.
Yeah, my body lie, but still I roam.
That's sick.
And then on the back it says, "New blood joins this earth."
Nice.
From
Giant tag also. Do you like giant tag like t-shirts?
Yeah, I mean it's definitely it's
I know
up there.
it's like a sought after like tag that a lot of people look for, but like for me it's hard because I'm a bigger guy, so like XLs are not like you know what I mean, like on the giant tag. So like, but the fabrics, like I'm really big into like fabrics of like, you know, t-shirts and everything like that. So you notice with giant, like it's a thicker kind of t-shirt.
Yeah, it's almost like a Hanes, like beefy tee.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of my favorite tag.
Yeah, that was gonna be my next question.
I don't know. We'll have to. Let me look through these.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, polygram.
Polygram?
Yeah.
Nice.
You just don't see them.
Yeah.
And like that's a polygram tag. I would say would be my favorite. Censorship is un-American. This one, another, just bought it solely off the price. I think I got it for like $120. Yeah. I think I see these sell upwards of like $300.
Yeah, that's sick. I mean, it's before the Supreme tee. You know what I mean? How do you feel about like companies like that, like Supreme, like kind of using stuff from like, like something like this and then making it into like their kind of own like t-shirt? I mean,
I think it's cool. I think, Supreme steals a lot, like I don't want to say steals, but like pulls a lot of their graphics or inspiration, whatever you want to call it, from, everywhere and everything. For sure. That's just, I feel like if someone will see it, if they were to ever see this shirt knowing Supreme, it's like, oh wow, that's where, Supreme got that idea from, and it kind of clicks. Or it's just like, hey, is that shirt that Supreme did? And it's like, no, they actually got it from this. But there's a couple of them that they did. I always figure out like other shit that I'm just like seeing. It's like, oh yeah, that's where that came from. This one, same thing, Undertaker. I've not ever seen a white Undertaker shirt. And that's exactly why I bought it.
Yeah.
I was just like, you don't find these very often. I've seen the black one a couple times. And they, they might sell for like $70 to $80.
That back graphics sick though.
Yeah, rest in peace on the back.
And like for some reason, like I mean, like I've seen the black one, but like especially that back with a white, like just makes it pop even more.
Pops even more.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's a cool one. That's on the old.
Which like being the dead man and the Toltec's sick. But like being the dead man and like everything, most of his merch was like black or like purple,
all the
things like that.
Wrestling merch I feel like was black too.
That's crazy.
Or maybe some camo stuff with the whole John Cena can't see him.
Yeah.
Doom 2 promo video game tee.
Oh yeah.
Got this from Johnny Grummins on Instagram. Shout out Johnny, thank you, appreciate it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, this one's super clean. This I think from 90. I don't know if it was like the promo like leading up to the video game or after release, but. The game came out in '94, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the back, it makes it seem like it was like, it's like created by ID Software. I feel like that would be something maybe like leading up to it, not
leading
like
up to it.
Because like a lot of times with promo T-shirts, like especially video games, like they'll be like out now or out December.
Coming
blah, blah.
soon or
yeah,
something?
exactly.
Okay.
So like that could be something that would, like possibly like from maybe the developers or something like that.
It wasn't like these tags too, like Short Hill, these. Short Hills tees or whatever, that's usually like the promo stuff, like the cheaper version of shit. This Popeye tee, this one's pretty dope. So on the Stanley DeSantis. This one, it's dope and everything, but like it's got more of a meaning to it than like, money wise. When we went to Kansas City for Swave KC was the event when we were all down there. We were just out like, I don't know, just really literally driving around taking random turns, and we stumbled upon this garage sale and ran up to it and asked this lady if she had any old shirts, and she just brings out this box, and it was like this old Dr. Seuss stuff. There was like a Berlin Wall like shirt or sweatshirt from when the Berlin Wall came down, just like a bunch of really cool shit. And she said it was her husband's that like had just passed, and she wasn't like wanting to sell it type deal, but it was like, I mean, we really wanted it. We paid up. We paid up for this stuff, but her name was Joy in Kansas City. And
shout out Joy in Kansas City.
Shout out Joy in Kansas City. We'll remember that story forever because she was super cool.
Yeah, that's
super
awesome.
cool lady. Another one. I haven't seen too many of these. The Big Face, Princess Leia, Carrie Fisher, R.I.P.
Right.
Cannot remember where. I think I got this one on eBay, but I can't really remember.
You never see like the Big Face. Yeah, that's crazy.
No, you don't. And it's yeah, it was licensed by Changes, so they have all of the like characters, like on like the big faces they did. You've seen like Yoda.
I've seen the Yoda one,
what is his name? Darth Vader.
Yeah.
I haven't seen like Han Solo or any of those guys. So this one and then the other two.
Yeah.
But this one's pretty tight. Madonna, Blonde Ambition, the Black Bar Anvil. This one's pretty nice. I got this one from Dig for Fire.
Oh, Michael.
Yep.
Shout out.
Man, he finds a lot of good stuff.
He does, man.
God.
Always at the bins, man. Like,
Yep.
The funny thing about, like, there's a few people, Chris is one of them and everything, like, so I live right by the bin, so I go there from time to time and everything, and every time I go there, I see either Chris, Austin, or Mike, there and everything, but they find heat, so I would go back too.
Yeah.
Do you guys, because I know you guys don't really have a bins really kind of close.
Des Moines, I think, is the closest one,
Yeah, man. I heard talks maybe one day that, Iowa City would get something, but...
I did, yeah, I heard about that too, and then I'm not sure if it was like they moved them to Johnston, not Johnston, but Waterloo.
Oh, okay.
Waterloo got a set the other day, but it's not like the, what is it? They're not like the big blue bins, the plastic bins that they push out. Okay. It's like cardboard gaylords.
Oh, really?
So they're like 5 feet tall cardboard boxes,
That's
and you
crazy.
gotta like kind of...
Not gonna do that.
Head over heels.
Even the bins is like, I love the bins just because like you never know what you can find, and it's usually like the dingy kind of shit that Goodwill doesn't want. They just put it to there, but like it gets crazy there, man. Like I've seen fights, I've seen a lot of stuff.
People get they get mad about stuff, and there's always some characters too.
Yeah,
so you could just show up at the bins for like some entertainment, and sit back and watch if you want. Next one we got Pam Anderson. This one is probably one of my I would say like top 5 at the moment.
That's amazing.
It was out of the like Playboy photo archives. So like this was the shot that she did for Playboy. Probably let's see, 96 is when she did that one on a large Delta.
She was such a big icon, you know what I mean? Like especially like.
Yeah, she was definitely the like number 1 '90s babe.
Yeah,
for sure. Next up, might have to blur that one out, but this is like. It's called the.
It's fine.
Last
demonetize,
Sitting, The Last Sitting. This was from her photo shoot that she did, I think, 6 or 7 weeks before she died.
Damn.
But like original photos, like rejects of this photo shoot, are for sale. Like you can get them on eBay or stuff, or like the big, like picture of like all the 40 photographs and they have X's out of them. They're like $10,000.
Wow.
Yeah, they're insanely expensive.
That's crazy.
So, I mean, the T-shirt was the next best thing. I can't afford the photograph, but
It
was the last photo shoot that she did, so that one was pretty dope. Britney Spears, 2000. This one, another eBay steal, and she was an early 2000s babe for sure. Definitely listened to her. Like I feel like everybody did, guy or girl. I had the CDs. I'm not gonna lie.
Right. I mean, who didn't sing "Oops, I Did It Again"?
Everybody did. Everybody sang that song, man. Everybody sang that one. Spice Girls.
Yeah.
This one was pretty tight. I got this one, I think, for like $30 on eBay, but I got it hoping to shrink it as an XL, but it's one of those shirts that just will not shrink. It's way too long.
That's the sometimes, especially with is that on a Delta?
Yeah,
dude. Deltas. Like for some reason, it always it's a pretty long tee. Like,
and like I get so many shirts that shrink so easily, and Delta's like, no, you're not shrinking our shirts.
So this is an XL.
It's fan XL, yeah. Another Vampirella. I guess not another, but what is it?
Another thing that Supreme, I guess, used.
Supreme ripped this one. It wasn't like the. They didn't do this exact logo. It was like her standing up with like her arms behind her head or something like that.
Awesome.
But, yeah, just like another cartoon tee. She's hot.
Yeah.
I like them. Yeah, some cool shirts. This one we got out at a pop-up in... Oh, it was one of the Omaha pop-ups. Divine Vintage, he had it.
Okay.
This one, it was like $15 too. Wow. And I probably would have paid like 60 for it.
Yeah.
Like, it's just got that. I'm blanking on the artist's name that does this like cartoon stuff.
Yeah.
But I can't.
What's it called? Like the kind of pop art-ish kind of stuff? Like, I forgot what it is.
Shit. Tony, you remember?
What?
You remember the artist that does this person's name? No.
That's who I was thinking.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. This is a dope one, but definitely a summer tee.
Oh yeah, for
I
sure.
hope I don't get sunburned.
Wear that to the beach or something.
Wear it to the beach. That's a dope one. This Pink Floyd. I got this when we first opened. It was probably like 2 or 3 weeks after. One of our buddies from Cedar Rapids, Marcus.
Okay.
He brought it down, and I think I gave him $100 for it or something like that. But this thing's pretty fucking wild.
It's like tie-dye, but it's not tie-dye.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? It looks more
not.
like someone just splattered.
Mm-hmm. And like I don't know how it stayed like that too, because when you go to wash it, it always runs and like bleeds, but there's no bleeding on that. Maybe you just like let it dry and then.
Yeah.
That one's pretty dope. 94 division bell. This is a early 80s on a Stanley DeSantis, like American Gothic. It's not like, I don't know, it's got Andy Warhol-ish vibes to me with like the colors and stuff like that, but there's no, like his name isn't on it, it's just got the DeSantis.
But it's like an Iowa, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that's
kind of treasure in a way, you know what I mean? Like it's something that
screams Iowa, for sure. I had a, it was this same picture, but it was like all Iowa themed, like they were in Iowa clothes and stuff like that on a crew neck, and I regret selling that one big time. There's a lot of regrets, but we'll probably do a video.
What's the biggest? Regrets. What's the biggest kind of tee or anything like that you regret selling?
Damn, I'll have to think about it, but I'll tell you.
For sure.
By the end of the video. This Astro Boy, double-sided. We got this at what was the name of the last? Culture Shock. Right?
Oh yeah.
Yep, out there. And I'm blanking on the girl's name that I got it from.
Oh,
Izzy.
yep, Izzy.
Yep.
Shout out Izzy.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
DSM stash.
She's got really good stuff.
She does.
She
really
finds
does.
good stuff.
Her and Julia.
Yeah, they find awesome shit. This one's really dope.
Love that bag. Yeah.
This one's super cool.
Nice.
Another one I got while I was out there. Warhol, the art store.
Nice.
Single stitch, kind of plain.
Yeah.
But
sometimes the simple logos. Especially like wearing like. You know, I'm big into flannel stuff like that.
I was just going to say that. This is perfect for a flannel, open, got the graphic in the middle. Let's see. Comedy Central.
Nice.
Big fan of this show. Or not show, but station channel, whatever you want to call it.
Provided some really great, of course, South Park.
South Park, Tosh.0, fucking what else? Crank Yankers is back.
Which is crazy. I haven't watched the new episodes yet, but like,
It's so funny. Oh my god. That shit's hilarious. Bart Simpson's Butterfinger promo.
Oh, nice.
Got this from Brad, Omaha Vintage, or Vintage Omaha, at one of his pop-ups, and then it's got
that's crazy.
Bart on the back, and I didn't even realize it until someone said it, but this is like a Keith Haring like design.
Oh shit!
And I didn't even realize oh damn, he's got the Keith Haring poster, but
who later. They need to bring back, what was the candy that they came out with, like the whole thing within that? What was it, BBs?
Oh yeah, they're just like tiny versions of Butterfingers.
Yep.
Yeah, that was pretty tight. But it's got everybody on the front, Homer, Nelson.
Cressy, Otto.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Otto is a very slept-on character in The Simpsons. Like,
if he wasn't holding up his name right here, like I probably couldn't have told you what his name was. I probably couldn't have told you what his name was.
Who's the bus driver? The guy that was always driving the bus crazy and shit like that.
Okay. Oh my, yeah, man, he was not suitable to be in charge of people's kids. This one, Mr. Bean, I got this one from Bowie, I think.
Yeah, over at Swave, I remember that.
Yep, went all the way down there to get it. And this one was also on the polygram, so that's a dope one. I like that one. And I found out that, dude, it's like some weird thing with a trademark. It's kind of like Velcro on eBay. You can't use the word Velcro, and you can't use the word like Mr. Bean if you have Mr. Bean T-shirt. Like they'll take it down because you don't have permission to use it.
That's wild.
Yeah, there's.
I know. What are you supposed to put then? Like man from movie that. That's crazy.
I'm not really sure.
I don't know.
Like maybe spell out the word Mr. or something like that, or like BE space AN. But
that's kind of dope that they have that trademark though. Like there's things you can trademark or like get.
Yeah, it is odd. You got the copyright right there.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I found out the other day too that Gerber has the word onesie patented or trademarked because I was selling like a Burberry like baby onesie for the store, and it said like, oh, you're on trademark or whatever infringement, like you can't use the word onesie. Wow. So Mr. Bean, onesie, and what was the other one? Velcro. Yeah, so those are the three words you can't use on eBay, which is really fucking weird. Naughty by Nature rap tee, or I guess rap tee-ish.
Yeah.
Got this one from
Culture Shock.
Yeah, Culture Shock. Mike had it up there.
Good deal on
price.
it too.
Yeah, really good price on that one. I think he got it for 200, and I got it for 180.
Yeah, something like that.
But I mean, he probably got this for what, a quarter. I think
it was. He found that. I remember again, like the bins are crazy, man. Like he found this, and then like 3 cross color shirts, like all in the same pull. And then a Jodeci shirt too.
Really?
Yeah, crazy. Like it's
Goodness, that guy's a magnet for
right.
Boys in the Hood movie tee. This was another eBay find, late at night score.
Nice.
I think it was $90, something like that. And I've seen them go upwards of $2.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's always a good movie too.
Especially with what's his name? I wonder around that time when because the director just passed away.
Oh really?
Yeah, John Singletary. I'm a big Boys in the Hood fan, but like yeah, he just passed away, so maybe like that even shot
Damn.
up from there. So
I did not know that.
yeah.
Yeah, this one we got Public Enemy tee. This one again was like after I bought that rap tee book. My
Yeah.
girlfriend got that rap tee book for me for my birthday, and it was just I want that one, this one, that one. This was one of them.
I gotta check that out too because I know you brought it today and everything.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to check that out for a while because is it just like a list of like basically like kind of?
Oh, it's like every page has like I think either like 6 or I think 12 rap tees, and some of them have like just 1 or 2, and they'll like do a snippet about
nice.
each shirt or something.
So you saw that one and you're like, dude, I need that.
Yeah, and weird about this one, it was from a dude that found him in Florida at the bins, and apparently it was one of like 40 that he found.
Wow.
So it was like just all of these shirts were
That's
just
crazy.
tossed into the bin, and yeah, that would have been.
That's always the
a
weirdest thing,
fucking
especially the
payday.
bins or things, or just in general with like donations. Isn't it
Mhm.
crazy like things like that? I know some people think it doesn't hold value, or like, oh, this is just a T-shirt, like
or
from,
why Goodwill would see it and be like, oh,
Yeah.
we can't put this out. It's
Yeah.
like there's not. I mean, there's no like violent
Yeah,
acts or like
exactly.
drug references or
maybe
shit. On it.
the
Oh, I guess the scope. I guess if
yeah.
they saw that.
They're like, whoa, that's a little bit too much.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The Public Enemy, but
Yeah.
whatevs. Goodwill, they always hating on something.
Right.
Backstreet Boys, parking lot tee,
Nice.
rap tee, whatever you want to call it. It's pretty thin,
Yeah, I was gonna say it's super thin.
but single stitch, it's dope. Big back print.
Do you like those like super thin tees?
No, not really.
Yeah, I'm
like
not a
this
big
one, I
fan.
was, I was kind of bummed that this one was so thin as
Yeah.
it is, but I haven't worn it yet.
It's a hard
so-
wear because like especially
It
like
is.
if you wear a super thin tee in the summer, maybe like a flannel or like things like that. But
Yeah, you might have to layer it or something, or
Yeah.
wear an undershirt just so it's not like
yeah,
super thin.
for
but-
sure, like see through.
Yeah, exactly. This one got in a trade from Austin.
Yep.
He sent me a message about a raffle for a Nirvana Incesticide T-shirt, and I was like, "Yeah, I know these are like $400 or $500
Yeah.
tees. Like, let's enter it, sure." Ended up winning it, and then he wanted that one from me, so he had this one. And
Yeah.
traded him that one. I used to have the other one. I only had it for about 2 or 3 weeks. I think I got it for $3 and sold it for like $4.50 real quick.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is a dope one.
So that back graphic real quick. That's
Yeah, the Chronic.
yeah.
And also with the weed stuff, like anything that has a weed leaf or drug references, like Goodwill is supposed to toss it
Yeah.
in the bins, like they're supposed to send it out there. So none of that stuff goes out on the racks.
Yeah, I remember that day he found it. Like he sent it. Like he posted it, but he also sent it. I was like, what the? Like
Yeah, he
it's
said it
stuff
was.
like-
He was about to leave,
Yeah.
and some lady was like, "I think you should stay for this bin. It's
Yeah.
going to be a good one."
Yeah.
So, what the hell is that? That's crazy. This one, Facebook Marketplace, fine.
Wow.
Like, it took me a minute to get it, and it took some like kind of badgering him to do it because.
Did he know the price of like what he was looking at, or was it more just his T-shirt from back in the day?
Well, it's kind of weird because he was scamming people with it.
Oh.
Like, so he had the shirt up for $150, and like I saw it, 2 other people saw it that I followed on Instagram, and my buddy like south of town saw it. So I paid him the money, and like a couple days went by, and he's like, "Oh man, I'm sick. I can't ship it." Just excuse after excuse, and
Yeah.
I was like, "Dude, I'll give you another $50 if you can get it shipped out and send me the tracking tomorrow." And sure enough, like he did it, thankfully.
Wow.
And like I didn't send him the money until, I didn't send him the money until I got the tracking.
Yeah,
But
of course.
he shipped the shirt out and then also sold it to somebody else for another $150
Wow.
and didn't send it. Yeah, I felt really bad, but it was just like,
But I mean, at the end of the
Yeah, I
day,
don't know
like
what to do.
your
It's just-
transaction.
yeah, mine went through and it was just like, I told the other person that got scanned, it was just like, man, just like keep on him and
Yeah.
like say I'm gonna take it up with PayPal, and if
Yeah.
he doesn't, then
Love that back
you know.
too.
Yeah, the back's fucking
It's the
wild.
Please Stop the Violence.
And,
Were you
like,
more of a Biggie guy or like Tupac?
I would say I was more of a Biggie guy over
Yeah.
Tupac. Just more songs that I liked, and
Yeah, for sure.
I would say I was listening to a lot more music when he came on versus
Yeah.
when Tupac was a little bit before. This one we got at Vice, Tupac rap tee.
Oh yeah.
It's like, a collection's not complete without a Tupac collection. I feel like you gotta have one. Yeah, it's got a nice fade on it. It's a little bit short. It could use a stretch, but every time I stretch it and then it wears, or I wear it and then it like shrinks back up. So I'm not sure what the hell the deal is on that, but it's a dope one.
Oh yeah.
Now we got the Bulls wrap tees. These are, I guess you call them wrap tees or whatever.
Yeah.
Championship ones.
Yeah.
My girlfriend got me this one for my birthday last year.
That's sick. I love that.
Yeah, that's a great graphic. I almost kind of wish that was on the front too.
That'd be sick on the front. That's like one of like the most iconic kind of like pictures in like sports history in a way.
Oh,
like,
yeah. After his dad died,
Yeah.
he won the, that was number 6. Or no, that was not number 4.
Which one? This one? That was what? Either 93 or 92. Like I don't know which one it was. It wasn't 96, I don't think. But
no, does he have it?
Yeah, you got to see the hat. I can't remember. I'm terrible on my fact checking.
Yeah.
But,
somebody fact check us.
Yeah, there we go. Comment. Leave it in the comments.
This one, just got this from my friend Chaz the other day. He got it on eBay for $115, and I gave him 2 for it. But I had this one, and I sold it, and I regretted it.
Yeah. So when it goes to that, you're like, just take my money.
Yes, had to track it down again. This one was really dope. It's got a nice clean print on the back. In the process of trying to fade this a little bit because it looks just a little bit too new for my liking. But
so when you're doing the fade process, you just wear it, wash, or do you actually go through the process of just doing it on your kind of own? Because I know some people that actually like, without wearing it, will fade their t-shirts. Which
for this one, like it just all depends on the t-shirts because some of them I've been able to like get the black dye out of it. And, like, OxyClean helps that a lot.
Yeah.
There's this one started out like jet black.
Okay.
And this is just like sitting in an OxyClean bath for like a week.
Nice. That's the Shanti with the foolish on the back. That's sick.
And like you can take these two and just like roach them in the dryer.
Yeah.
Just like the heat helps. So like there'll be a couple shirts that I'm doing now where I just get it wet, throw it in the washing or the spin cycle, and then dry it and completely dry. Wet, completely dry.
Just keep on doing
keep on doing it, and if it shrinks, it shrinks, and you stretch it back out at the end.
For sure.
That's that one. Here's another one. This one just jumped up in price a bit. A$AP Rocky wore this one.
Oh, okay.
About a month or 2 ago when he was. I don't know. The picture said he was in Sweden, but it was kind of odd.
Was it before the?
Yeah, I don't know. It was kind of odd that he would go back. So like, I would imagine it was before, but yeah.
Rocky's free now though. Oh, I love that back. I've never even seen it. That's
pretty really tight. This one's dope.
What do you think about like you mentioned A$AP and everything, like artists? Like for example, like Travis Scott wore the center check hoodie, and then now that stuff's going for like 80 to 100.
Yeah, I almost wore that hoodie today actually. Yeah, I mean it's just all of like.
It's kind of like the hype or like the the eyes that gravitate towards kind of people.
Yeah. I mean, if they were wearing like a celebrity could wear literally anything, and like people would think it would be cool.
I have this like kind of like theory that if like Kanye wore Crocs.
I used to joke with my brother about that.
Yeah, like Crocs would be like the shit.
Yeah,
like,
if I would grow up to be a celebrity, I want to wear just ridiculous shit and see if people want to follow it or something. This one was my first rap tee that I got. I got this one from blanking on the name, cannot remember. It was a trade at a Kansas City show. I think I traded like some Supreme Subtempos for it.
I know it was that Swave, right?
Yeah, it was.
Stephanie and Chris. Yep, I know trades with Subtempos.
I don't know what their Instagram name is, but they do
I forgot, but Stephanie and Chris, shout out to you. I remember
like
I watched so weirdly. I saw you guys talking the deal, and Bo and I were talking. I was like, he's about to get that rap? Because they so fun story about this is like, so we always did the sneaker events like for the past couple of years and everything like that. They would always bring this like just kind of show.
Yeah, that's what she said.
We tried to talk with them about it, and she's like, not for sale. And we're like, are you sure? Like, we can, like, do that. And they're like, not for sale. And I'm like, all right. Left it alone and everything like that. So the day that you were there looking at it, I was like, damn, is he going to get it?
Are they really going to sell this?
They're sneaker people, so they took the sneaker.
Yeah, they took the shoes. She wanted the shoes instead of that. But.
Well, it's probably easier to sell. They don't know who to sell to with that and everything, or price and everything. So that's sick, though.
It's a dope one. I like it.
Yeah. Like, Subtempos are dope, but, like, where you wear it, like, it was just more for, exactly.
This one is another one that you were after. I got this from
Juliana.
Yeah, Juliana.
Yeah.
Thank you, I appreciate it again. She came to
The hell you know.
she came to the that wasn't Culture Shock, that was Culture Con, right?
Nope, Culture Shock. Yeah, so Culture Shock, it was the actual event.
It was the one at the
Bel Air. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So funny story about that. It's like I was talking to her. I'm glad at least it stayed within our group.
Stayed within the group.
Like rather than selling on eBay or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
But like I was looking at this, and I haven't seen it since. It's nice to see. But crazy. So she found this at the bins, and she hit me up, and she's like, "Yo, like I just found this." I was like, "No fucking way, that's awesome," and everything. And so we were talking about it and like maybe doing a deal and everything like that. But even looking at it now, it wouldn't have fit. Like I was looking at the personal anyway, so
yeah,
that's sick though.
Yeah, it was a dope. I mean, especially for like $150.
Yeah.
like that's I feel like a pretty.
It's still a great profit for her. I mean, she got that shit for like 50 cents or something.
Yeah, 50 cents to 150. Like that's a good one. Tiger Woods.
Tiger.
I think this one's the number one, like my favorite T-shirt. Yeah. I'm a huge Tiger Woods fan. I've played golf since I was like 6. Yeah, and I got it for a pretty good price too. I've been looking for them for a while, and they were all at like people asking like $300 to $400, kind of crazy prices for them. But
then when he won, recently, like they all shot up and everything like that. And then his first comeback, not the Masters, but the other one, like when he first won his first major or whatever, back like since being injured and everything like that, like again like shot up.
Yeah, that was huge. Yeah.
He's such an iconic person, like pop culture, but also sports.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's the greatest athlete of all time. Like he's better than Jordan, better than Muhammad Ali, better than Tiger's the best athlete I think to walk the planet. Now we got some older like Supreme stuff to finish it out.
Yeah.
This one is the '95, I think, OG Classic logo. There's a couple different variations of it. Like they have They have Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, Manhattan, and Staten Island. Underneath it, and I think on the original one they did that, and then they did another one in '96 that like doesn't have it underneath there. But yeah, I just thought that was a dope one. Single stitch, which is kind of cool. You don't see too much single stitch Supreme stuff. Got the old tag on there, Made in USA.
And it's like simple, but like it's
simple but classic.
Yeah, exactly.
This one, another like Jordan Wings logo.
Yeah.
Supreme always pulling inspiration from something.
Sure.
Just swapped it out with the Air Jordan. This one's a dope shirt too.
Oh, that one, like both blues hitting on there and everything. Like,
yeah, it's super clean. Another
probably one of the most iconic like Supreme tees that they've came out with that people really
like.
I
think for the '90s. Yeah, it's a dope one. That's awesome. And the last two got 2 older box logos. This one I think is '98. It might be '99. But satin tags started in '98, '99, so it's one of those two. Black on black, got this one from Reset. Single stitch, super dope fade to it.
Nice.
I just traded in some vintage for this guy.
Yeah, for sure.
And then this one, '99 Jackson Pollock. When I got this, I think they were asking $1,000 for it. I just traded a bunch of vintage in for it down at Reset, so thank you guys for this one. I appreciate it a lot. I just feel like this shit's turning into artwork now at this point. I mean, Pollock, he was an artist and everything like that, but, I think the actual painting of this, like this paint splatter painting, I think it's the number 5 or something, it went for like $40-some million. Damn,
that's crazy.
So, can't fucking afford the painting, you gotta get the t-shirt.
Exactly.
But yeah, this one's super dope. I'm a big fan of this one. Came out in '99.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, super clean too.
Shit, man, first of all, thank you for coming on. Definitely appreciate it. Before we go, I do this with every single collection. I want to take a look at what you think is your top 5 in your collection. All right, sweet. So let's get into your top 5, man. I know it's tough. It literally, I mean, I'm the same way, man. Trying to think of the top 5 in your collection. You have such, like, story with every single one and everything like that. So let's get into your top 5, man.
Top 5, probably. Well, I guess in order. Number 1, this would be my favorite, Tiger Woods. It's just a great shirt. Huge fan of Tiger. Been wanting one for a while. When I got it, it was a steal. It was like right around my birthday, so kind of just like all the universal line.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
Meant to have that one, I guess. Second, I would probably say this one, Bulls Wrap Tee. I got this guy for, I can't remember what the price was, but yeah, it was pretty cheap. And it's a dope one. Super soft. I like It's got a good smell to it too, because I use the smelly, the scented like fabric softener when I stretch the shirts. So that's that one for number 2. I would say this is probably my number 3. Iron Maiden. It was the first concert I went and saw live, and it's a crazy concert. If you've ever been to one, like, you know, these guys are wild. And we were down in like the pit area or whatever you call it. Had never experienced one of those things, and like I was standing like this close to my buddy when like the show started, and the opening act was like, it wasn't, I had no idea who it was, so we were all kind of like able to stand and like talk. But as soon as Iron Maiden came out, it was shoulder to shoulder, and like I was like lifted up off my feet, and it was just like a sea of people. It was wild. But yeah, that's the 3rd favorite. 4. Yeah, I would probably say Ozzy's 4. This one just based off of like the graphic, the feel, the wash, the way it drapes. It's probably my best fitting shirt, I would say. If I could get this fitting on the Tiger Woods, then that would be like the ultimate. The ultimate t-shirt.
Like, you can tell like by just looking at it that it's gonna fit like amazing.
Yeah, it's got a good drape on it.
For sure.
Really, really soft too. And then number 5, and then out top 5, Pam. You know, 90s babe, huge childhood crush. It's just a dope t-shirt. For sure. Super hot.
Yeah. Awesome, man. Well, again, we want to thank you for coming on.
Yeah, I appreciate
definitely appreciate it. Where can they follow you at?
You can follow my personal page at Iowa_Thrift, or you can follow the store's page at Vice_IC.
Sweet, man. Again, thank you for coming on.
Thank you for watching the video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Uploading vintage content every single week. You can follow me on Instagram at RiseAgainVintage. You can follow anything Rise Again Media related on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all of that at Rise Again Create. I do want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.